Hi folks, Fuzz here, welcome back to Ni No Kuni 2 and the Adventure Pack DLC. Now in the last episode, link in the video description if need be, I showed you how to do all of Boddly's quest lines up until the final part. Now the final part is where we have to actually take on Zeta itself, which is the boss fight at the end of the entire set of quests. Now, yes, this isn't the hardest boss in the DLC. You do have the boss on floor 40 of Faraway Forest, of course, but it is the ultimate part of the main quest series. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. Now, the boss itself is level 75. I happen to be level 99. I do recommend that you are relatively high level because it's not the easiest fight in the game. It does have a little bit of a challenge associated with it. But that said, most of the damage is avoidable. As a matter of fact, pretty much all the damage is avoidable. So if you don't mind a somewhat lengthy encounter, you can actually do this fight at a lower level and still get through okay if you're pretty fast at avoiding that damage. Obviously, as always, you do have limited healing items, so once they're gone, they're gone. But if you can actually avoid having to use those healing items, then you should actually have a pretty good stab at doing this. One of the issues is that the AI characters are pretty terrible, in all honesty. They always have been in Ni No Kuni 2. So you might have a bit of struggle just keeping those guys alive. So make best use out of your resurrection items, your angel tears, your saviour's tears, by only using them when you have two characters that have died and a third character which is close to death as well. Now, since you have to be on at least hard mode to do this fight, you are going to want to pretty much avoid any kind of melee contact unless the boss is stunned. When the boss is stunned, by all means unleash whatever melee combos or melee attacks you want to. But other than that, you're going to want to spend the majority of this fight from range. That way you'll be able to dodge many of the attacks that are coming your way. And also, just be careful how you activate your higgledies. Obviously, it takes a few seconds once you want to activate a higgledy for that to take place. And during that time, you can't control your character, but you are still vulnerable to taking damage. Now, in many ways, I've personally found that this boss was very, very similar to the tainted monster Aurora, which was a level 79 in Old Well, Ding Dong's Old Well. So if you guys have done that fight and beaten it, then you'll have a pretty good idea of what to expect. In fact, in some ways, this fight I thought was a little bit easier, because like that previous fight that I mentioned, Zeta also summons ads, fairy ads, and these fairy ads are actually a lot easier to handle than the ads of the tainted monster. One thing I did actually completely forget to do, but it's really important as well, is just sort your tactic tweaker out, making sure that you're doing more damage to fairy style enemies. And also, you'll see these golden rings appearing on the floor. This is an attack that the boss does from time to time, where she just spams these gold rings everywhere, and you can't dodge them, so you actually just need to jump over them. Okay, so when you see a gold ring coming by your feet, just literally jump inside it and you won't take any damage. Now, she'll also cast these sporadically throughout the fight as well, but just pay attention, especially to when she does that spam move, when they just come all over the place. You do just need to be a little bit sharp on your jumping there so as to avoid getting damaged by them. Apart from that, the only other thing I really need to mention is that at 50% health, this boss has a kind of special phase where she'll lift into the air, and you can still do damage to it, but the big part of this phase is just avoiding the damage that's coming your way. And once you've done a fair bit of damage to the boss, you're going to bring her back down again, and the fight that you've just seen here is going to repeat to the end. So just pay attention to that, but other than that, guys, just avoid all the damage, activate your higgledies when it's safe to do so. If you're lucky, grab any golden balls that Lofty throws your way, and hopefully you'll be able to get the boss stunned if he does that, so you can just unleash combo after combo after combo of special attack. If not, just spam your ranged attacks. You won't need to worry about having MP. When you're under the golden ball effect, you can literally spam that for huge amounts of damage as well. And that's about it, guys. So rather than me blabber on to eternity here, I'm just going to be quiet for the rest of this video and let you watch it in peace. And once you've completed the boss, you can go back to Boddly and collect your reward. That'll be the end of the quest line for the Adventure Pack DLC. So thanks for stopping by today, folks. I hope you've enjoyed watching the video, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Goodbye.
Counting on you. All right. Thank you.